Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Glory be to Jesus Christ. Today we celebrate the memory of Saint Tikhon, Bishop of Voronezh, wonder worker of Zadonsk. He lived about a couple hundred years ago in Russia, and he was a consecrated bishop at a rather young age, in his 30s, to serve in Voronezh. And that part of the Russian Empire was rather wild. He had his work cut out for him. In the few years he served there as a bishop, he turned everything around. Life in the church was revitalized, sectarian activity and anti-church activity was eliminated, things like that, so on and so forth. But he was not of good health, so he didn't serve very long, only about 10 years as a bishop, and he had to go into retirement. What made him most remarkable in the eyes of the church and eyes of God was what he did in his retirement. He wrote down spiritual reflections and things like that. And many of his writings can be found now translated into English. And that's what made him the wonder worker of Zadonsk, Bishop of Voronezh. He was glorified toward the end of the 19th century, around 1895, something like that. And in the Russian tradition, when there's ever a newly glorified saint, there all of a sudden, every new church is named after this glorified saint, so on and so forth. So, Saint Tikhon of Moscow, when he was took the name Tikhon, took Saint Tikhon of Zadonsk's name, and when they founded a new monastery, the first one in the Western Hemisphere, they named it after Saint Tikhon. At the time, there were two saints that were glorified at the same time: Saint Tikhon of Zadonsk and Saint Theodosius of Chernigov. And so both their names popped up all over the place. Saint Tikhon died in peace in Russia and was buried. And his memory carries on even to this very day. As I speak today, they are celebrating at the monastery the feast day of that monastery. It's over 100 years old. So we ask for the intercessory prayers of Saint Tikhon, as he is the patronal saint of the seminary that trained so many young men and women to serve in the church, in the priesthood, and as choir directors and other capacities. So we ask for his prayers to guide us here in America, to help us, as he was a good bishop in a diocese that was full of unbelief and trouble, and how he straightened us, help us in our unbelief, and help us in everything going around us through his prayers, so we too can enjoy and stand before the throne of the All-Holy Trinity as he does, as says in his hymn. Amen. Glory be to Jesus Christ.
Glory forever.